Good morning, everybody.
Good
Welcome to
morning.
Just for Today. I'm Lisa Kaye. This is Christy with Promise Resource Network. Ooh, what a rainy, wet morning this morning, but we are here at PRN and we're going to have a Just for Today topic, self reflection. And I don't know about you, but that's hard for me sometimes to do some reflections, especially in times of uncertainty or a screw up or whatever, where I have to sit in it a minute and self reflect. We're going to talk about that this morning. Just for today is a slogan um, in the rooms. Those of you who are familiar with that, AANA, Al-Anon, Celebrate Recovery. There's so many of them out there, which we're so grateful for. But I'm on the family side of the disease of addiction. Definitely, if you look under codependency, you'll see my face. Been in recovery through all of this for many years. And so just for today was my favorite slogan. And I loved it. And I'm paraphrasing it. But it just simply means that we can hopefully hear something or see something today that we could add to our journey, even if it's just for today, that we can walk lighter, taller, more confident, or more hopeful. Might not be something you want to stomach for a lifetime, but just for today. And I love that slogan because I thought, I can do anything one time or for an afternoon or a morning or a day. I can be open to trying things. And that's when I knew that I got off the exit and started down the road of recovery because I was willing to try something different. And that's kind of the telltale sometimes when we decide, you know what, this ain't working for me. I got to do something a little different. And so the rooms mean a lot to me, and it still means a lot to me. And just for today is where it came from. So we're going to talk this morning about self-reflection. I'm going to hand it over to my sidekick over here, Christy, and let her lead the way. You guys let us know you're out there. Please chat it up. Let us know what you think, your experiences, because so many folks that come on, whether they come on now or they watch it later, really get a lot from your comments and your own lived experience. So welcome. So Christy, take it away.
Thanks, Lisa. I am so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to do this with Lisa. She's an amazing woman, an amazing spirit, and I learn a lot from her. So I'm very grateful, and I'm grateful to be here with all of you guys. Good morning, Kim. Thank you for joining us. All right, so self-reflection, just for today. Since my recovery journey, self-reflection is part of my daily routine. I try to think of it as a gentle, warm, and loving way to take care of myself. By continuing to take my own inventory and promptly admitting when I am wrong, I clear out many unwanted attitudes that might otherwise clutter my day. This has helped me to learn that living one day at a time involves more than pulling my attention back from fears and about the future. It also means leaving yesterday's baggage in the past. Each day, I ask myself if carrying this extra weight will in any way help me today. If not, I can drop it here and now and walk away from unwanted negativity with a lightness of spirit. Just for today, let me quietly reflect and search out any negative feelings that are left over from yesterday. Old resentments will interfere with my serenity today. Perhaps it is time to let them go. And then I love this quote. It says, each day, each new moment can be an opportunity to clear the air and start again fresh and free. And the reason that I love that quote, because it's not just each day, it's also each minute, right? Or each second or each hour for me. Because I find myself in constant self-reflection throughout the day, whether that be in personal relationships, whether that be professional relationships. I'm always finding a way to grow and to learn more within myself. And I love how in this it says, I try to think of it as a gentle, warm, and loving way to take care of myself. Rather than, for me in my recovery journey, the thoughts, the negative thoughts are a big thing. And I can sit here and I can beat myself up over something so small. For instance, like switching mail and mailing things to two different places, right? And the wrong things to different places, like because I currently have done that. When I needed it to go to a different place. And I could sit here and be like, oh God, Christy, that was so stupid. Like, why'd you do that? But instead, I'm like, I made a mistake. I made a mistake and I corrected that mistake. And, that's the best that I can offer and that's okay. And now I'm going to move on from that. Right. And like, when I have communication with people and when I'm sitting with people and I'm talking with people, as I'm listening to them, I really use active listening. And that's one of the things that I'm really learning about myself when I go home and I look at my inventory, because I do a self-reflection every day. Like, what could I have done better here? Was there something that I needed to change for tomorrow? And when I'm in a conversation with somebody, like I'm really sitting there and I'm really listening. And that's one of the things that like I've started to learn about myself and about self-reflection, because I used to listen to respond rather than listening to really hear what was going on with someone and really like be present with them. And that's one of the gifts that I've received recently from doing self-reflection and also learning about that I can live in this moment. And in this moment when I feel like if something comes up and I'm like, oh, and I feel that twinge or I feel like I'm getting that resentment, I know that I can step back and I can start my day over at any point in time. And I know that I can step back and I can look at it and I can look at my part if I played a part in that. And sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. But either way, I need to look at myself and self-reflect to know that like, okay, I don't have to carry this anymore. I can let this go. Oh, okay, this person is human. Okay, I've done that before. Maybe that's why it's hitting so hard. Maybe that's, looking within myself. Like maybe that's what's hitting me so hard is because I've actually done that, or I'm actually still carrying that piece of me that I haven't healed yet, right? On my recovery journey. So this was really powerful for me. When because again, I just opened the book and there it was, right? Like, I don't, I let the universe every day. I literally let the universe decide like what's going on. So, and every day it always comes to what some of us need to hear. Lately, it's been everything that I've needed to hear. And I'm certainly not perfect at it. I certainly have my days where, I'll go home and I'll just sit in the frustration and the anger and not do a self-reflection. I usually end up doing it the morning after, but I am human. I'm not perfect. And this is a lifelong process for me. I know today that I don't want to carry around that extra weight if I don't have to. I know today that like I have a solution to this when I self-reflect. And the solution to self-reflection for me too is also learning more about myself, right? And learning more about my growth and like who I'm becoming and who I am today, because I'm not who I was 5 years ago. I'm not who I was a year ago or 6 months ago, and self-reflection used to scare the Jesus out of me, because I was like, oh, I got to look at me. I can't do that. Like, we're not doing that. We're looking at everybody else. Like, everybody else is easier, right? Like, it's. But then when I started, I realized how, like, in this reading, it says, I can drop it here and now and walk away from unwanted negativity with a lightness of spirit. When I started doing that self-reflection and I stayed consistent with it, that's what I feel every day. I feel that lightness of spirit. I feel light and whole, and knowing that I'm connected to my higher power, and knowing that everyone else in this world has a higher power and that they're connected to it too, and that has just like been a huge thing for me and a huge thing in my growth. And I don't know, out of that's what just really, really stuck out to me, and I'm able to suit up and I'm able to show up and laugh and be in my wellness for others when I do this self-reflection. When I'm not doing this self-reflection and I'm slacking, then I'm not in my wellness, right? And for me, I need to be in my wellness. So good morning, Joshua. Thank you so much for sharing this. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Lisa, what are your thoughts on this?
Well,
just for today.
yeah. Well, I just want to quickly just kind of piggyback on, suit up and show up. It's hard to suit up and show up when you're carrying a lot of baggage. And I love the part of this reading where it talks, that I can just dump it. When she was reading this, I just pictured I have a backpack that I put all my computers and all that stuff in, and it's so heavy. And I know when for some reason I don't have to have it, I'm so much lighter and I don't have all this stuff on my back. I hadn't done the work. I'm behind on this report or that report. And every time I put this book bag around my shoulder or my back, it represents some really heavy things. So when I'm able to take it off, or I don't have to take as much home with me because I got everything done I needed to do here and it's lighter, I feel lighter. So I just thought about just my life when she was reading that visual of just all these things that we carry with us that are so heavy that they're concerns for other people, for our lives. How am I going to pay this bill or that bill? All these things that we carry. Those of us who share my I call it a disease of codependency. It should be. It's definitely tripped me up. My backpack of that codependency issues is so heavy. It's 400 million pounds. And for me, being able to make that decision in my self-reflection time, is there anything I can do, anything about what's in this big bundle on my back? 100% of the time it's no, because it's usually about someone else, someone I care about or love. And I'm trying to be Wonder Woman and save the day. And my old life has shown me that it's just not going to happen. But when I finally sit down and I self-reflect and I take that book bag off of my back and lay it down, I can have that lighter spirit. I'm able to see better. My worldview changes when I sit, self-reflect, and go, I know you're upset, Lisa. I know you're concerned. And yes, I do talk to myself and I answer myself. So whatever you believe in that's your belief. But
sure do, same.
I grew up an only child, so I only had me. So I got real used to saying, Lisa, is there anything you can do, anything about in this thing, right? And I go, no, Lisa, it's really not. You've given it to your higher power. You've prayed about it. You've meditated over it. You've talked with a trusted friend about it. All the skills that we learn in the rooms and in our recovery of ways to cope, ways to be supported and loved. When I can check those off, okay, I'm going to take the backpack off. I'm going to leave it, right? And I can use this as a visual. But it's when we don't self-reflect, when we're not intentional about the self-reflection, is when that backpack gets heavier and heavier and heavier. We get bitter and bitter and bitter, more resentful, more resentful, more resentful. Mm-hmm. Those of us who have this issue around codependency, addiction, just unwellness, always worried about someone else, not sitting with our own things and letting people live their lives. I've walked many years not being able to really embrace the fact that I have to let my children live their lives, that I cannot continue to swoop in. And when I did that, I was able to take the backpack off and just be who I'm supposed to be in this universe to them, which is their mother, not their savior, right? And so it's a work every day, the self-reflection and seeing what are we unnecessarily carrying on our backs. And whatever we got carried on our backs, I promise you, for me, I don't know about Christy, but for me, I don't know about you either, but for me, you can see it. You see it on my face, you can hear it in my voice, how I maneuver. And I'm thinking that I've got my mask on, and the people who know me go, what's up with you, right? Or, wow, Lisa sure is a little snappy today. But it is going to come out. It ekes out of us and it shows up. It's going to show up. For me, it shows up in behavior. I'll slam a cabinet, slam a door, say something that's not good. And so in those moments when we do self-reflect and we sit there and you go, wow, I know why I was in this today. Doesn't make it right that I snapped at Christy, or I didn't speak to her this morning, whatever that was in my ugliness. But when we self-reflect, we can understand. We can start to understand ourselves. We want everybody else to understand us, but do we actually understand ourselves? Where is this coming from? And it can happen when we take some moments out of this busy, chaotic day that we're in to sit and think about our day, or even prepare, self-reflect about getting prepared for what's ahead, right? It's not just what has happened, but what is ahead, right? I know it's raining. I know I need to leave a little earlier. I know I need to maybe have an alternate route to work because I care about me. I care about my position here at PRN and the people that I serve. So I want to show up. I don't want to show up in such a frazzled way. So it's just being intentional and self-reflective about what you need, even moving forward into your day. So that's all I got to say about that. Christy, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to piggyback off of something real quick and then I'll wrap us up.
Okay.
So when you're talking about the codependency, like my therapist called me out on that. Because I always thought I was very independent. And I always, even when I would self-reflect, I was, yeah, I'm independent. Like I just do what I do. And she was like, And so for the first time in my life in the past year, I have been working on codependency. And that has been a huge thing in my self-reflection because codependency means a lot of different things. It doesn't necessarily just the textbook definition, right? And so I'm really starting to understand that. And I can sit here today in my realness and say that, yes, I am codependent. When 6 months ago, I'd be like, no, what are you talking about? But today, being able to do this, being in therapy and being able to do this and self-reflect, it has given me the opportunity to realize another part of my wellness that I need to work on and that I'm continuing to work on and to grow on. So that's just been absolutely amazing. So I'm so glad, Lisa, that you brought up the codependency because I too am codependent, probably like many other people. So today has just been this just for today has really hit home for me and has really hit my heart, especially with the negative feelings, the things that I'm walking through personally and professionally, the things I'm sure that everybody is walking through personally and professionally, and especially around this time of year. Because this time of year for me can get really stressful. It can get very overwhelming and it can be sad, to where I don't want to be around anybody or I don't want to do anything. And having this as a daily reminder for myself to just, check in with myself, it's like that old saying, check yourself, right? Like, so every day I'm checking myself and I'm listening to how I'm saying things and what I'm saying, and not only to others, but also to myself, because I have to feed myself that positivity and that love and that compassion and that understanding and that forgiveness, so that I'm able to continue to heal myself so that I can suit up and show up, like Lisa said, for others, and yeah, we are human, and yeah, there are days and, on our faces, yeah, you know it on my face, like, here it is. If I'm having a bad day, there might be like sunshine rays coming out, but you're going to see the eyebrow. You're going to know it's not a good day for Christy.
Let me write that down.
And that's okay. That's okay. And because the further along we are in our recovery journey, I know for me in my wellness journey, I'm able to say, hey, you know what? Today I'm not really having that great of a day, but I have things that I need to do, and I have things that I want to do, and I have people that I want to help today. And so that's my priority. And when I get home, I'll take my stuff back off the shelf and I'll look through it in my self-reflection, So today, guys, I just want to challenge all of y'all, just like I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to challenge Lisa right here to self-reflect. If the day becomes overwhelming if somebody says something or does something that upsets you or upsets me. We immediately self-reflect, and look at where inside of us do I need to have more healing. That's what I'm going to do today. How about you, Lisa?
Ah, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You've hit it. And I was just sitting there thinking about Christmas and family gatherings, and whether something's said or not, sometimes we interpret somebody's body language, or they don't show up, or they show up late, or they show up different. And we sit in that, and we don't self-reflect about, is it me, right? And then we can let it ruin and dictate the whole event or
Right.
family gathering or whatever that is. And I know for me, that's always a dreaded time of the year for me. And this year, last year was better. This year, I want it to be even better. So there will be a lot of self-reflection and putting down the expectations, and just knowing that I just need to come better prepared, self-cared up before I enter in that, and not wear all the responsibility of making sure, and this is another that codependency, that we have to make sure everybody is happy, whether we are or not. And there's something in our self-worth about making sure that we please everybody when we indeed are miserable and just screaming inside. And then we become resentful. And then the next thing you know, we say, you know what? I'm not having no damn Christmas.
Yeah. And it's over.
And it's over.
Done.
And everybody's like, what's wrong with her? She's always been the fa la 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 girl. And all of a sudden she's saying, screw Christmas. No, I don't want to do that anymore. It's not the spirit that I want to have. I love the Christmas time, and I'm doing some things to try to be intentional about knowing what's been before me in the past. So really the past 20 years, I haven't had a really wonderful Christmas because of a terrible loss in my life, the loss of my daughter. So I wear that, and I don't want to wear that anymore. It's not fair to myself. It's not what my daughter would want. I know. So yeah. So reflection, self-reflection, getting ready for not just today, but even what's down the road from us, that Christmas gathering, those things that we go, oh, right? So let's take those backpacks off today. If you can't do anything about it, it's not yours to carry, try putting it down today, even if it's just for today, and carry through your day, taking care of you and self-reflecting about how to prepare yourself for what's ahead today and down the road. So you have the best holiday you can possibly have, and have that lighter spirit. I love that phrase, having a lighter spirit. I definitely have a heavier body since Thanksgiving, so I definitely need a lighter spirit
Awesome.
that kind of can balance out the heavier body from all the turkey and dressing and macaroni and deviled eggs and all that kind of stuff, right? And cheesecake.
Oh,
And
cheesecake.
yes, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. Oh gosh, I can feel myself getting heavier talking about it. But guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys coming on live. If you watch it later, you can still comment. Let us know. Christy and I will see it. We'll comment back to you. We just appreciate you so much for your shares and for showing up and just being you and letting us be us.
Yeah.
And be very candid about our own recovery and our walks in self-reflection.
Yes.
All right.
We love you.
We love you guys, and we'll see you on Friday for Just for Today. Have a wonderful, safe day out there.
Yes.
And we'll see you on Friday.
We'll see you Friday. Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.